We live? Let's freaking do this thing. Let's go. Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to a little Wednesday night live here on the Bryce Boudreaux Show. Um, it's Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday to those who celebrate. Day after Mardi Gras, post Mardi Gras. Uh, got a lot going on. We literally just announced less than an hour ago that tomorrow, Roman Pizzolatto and the Italian Lion, Roman Pizzolatto, and Thomas Webb are going to be joining the show tomorrow. Fix this mic. You would think with all the time that I had, literally just waiting for the stream to start, that I've already fixed this mic, but I didn't. Um, I don't want this thing all in the camera. Whatever. Some people have, you ever like watch, like live streams and like they have like the microphone like way up there, like blocking the whole camera. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do all that. I also don't want the company of that made this microphone. I don't want their stuff being put on display either. Let me see what I can do here. Hold on one second. I should have had this fixed and I didn't, and I'm so sorry. Maybe that's better. How do the radio guys do this, man? I don't get it. Oh boy. Well, we're getting this thing started off right with technological differences. I mean, is there any other way to start a live stream? Is there any other way to start this show specifically? No. No, there isn't. Yeah, man. It's the big past weekend, you know. Had a great weekend this past weekend. I was up in Dallas. I was up in Dillis with Elevate Submission Series. Talked about it last week on the show. We had Jose Giannis on here, Elevate Submission Series matchmaker. Did some live streams. Talked a lot about that event and exactly, what was going to happen there, and everything that we said would happen would happen. It was a very successful event. I'll tell you what, man. Dallas is such a beautiful town. I love Dallas. I live really any city I go to, but I have a really cool connection with Dallas. I just over time, and I used to go there as a kid. We got some family out there, family friends of the family that live out there. So over time, I remember as a kid growing up going there, and just being enamored. Just like this is the mecca of where everything is. Is Dallas. And the history of it, and also the fact that the combat sports history with world class wrestling and all of that, and all of the great fights that have happened also in the boxing world that have happened in Dallas, and yeah, lots of cool stuff has happened there. And so also I actually have a love for Dallas. It's kind of cringy, but I guess I'll say it anyways. Every time I get into Dallas, and whenever you get to Irving, which is where we did Elevate Submission Series at, you pass by the old hollowed grounds of the old Texas Stadium, which in my opinion was one of my favorite stadiums. They demolished it; it'll never come back. But I really liked it. I don't know why. I just did, and mainly because I think Linkin Park, one of my favorite bands, did did their live album live in Texas, and they recorded it at Texas Stadium, and it was just like, wow, live in Texas. So every time I am driving through Dallas, most people think of JFK or whatever. I think of Lincoln Park. I don't know why, but that's why. It doesn't even really matter how hard you try. So I think of Lincoln Park every time I go into Dallas, Texas, and so like I play the album live in Texas. So yeah, um, and so I'm blasting, uh, Lincoln Park as I'm going into Dallas down the interstate. Yeah, yeah, it's great. So it's a blast, man. Dallas is so freaking awesome. There's so much stuff to do there, and it's just the epicenter of everything, you know? Like, whenever I got into town, Friday, I went through Dallas and I went to Frisco to go watch my Fighting Tigers of LSU, defeat the Kansas State Wildcats. Had some friends out there at the game, so when linked up with them, had a bunch of, couple brews, maybe a bratwurst, and enjoyed some good college baseball. Man, the Fighting Tigers, they are doing it right. We are number one in the nation, baby. Let's go. So I'm thrilled about that, and they look really good. They won the whole damn tournament. They jumped in the pool at the ballpark, which, by the way, I don't think this is going to get said enough. I don't think it does get said enough. This microphone, I'm trying to adjust it. It's like I'm trying to get away from the camera and I get close to it. Maybe I'll go right here. I was trying to kind of like chill, like recline black, like recline like back, but it's not gonna let me do it. Anyways, but now I wanted to say, man, that ballpark up there in Frisco, very nice ballpark. Um, they really outdid themselves with that thing. It's extremely nice. I was definitely impressed by it. It looks like someone's just a big house, you know, and you walk through and bam, it's parallel with this massive office building, one of the many office buildings they have in Dallas. And I remember they had somebody flying an LSU flag off of one of their balconies as soon as I walked in, so that was pretty cool. And I mean, LSU just dominated that tournament. I mean, the fans that showed up, a lot of people don't realize, but I mean that's Dallas is one of the top places that like alumni of LSU live in, so it makes sense. You know, they're all over there. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was. Purple and gold everywhere. Kansas State didn't stand a chance. I'll tell you what, though, Kansas State, they got a damn good ball team. So it's really cool watching them play. And yeah, man, LSU won the tournament. Um, affordable beverages too. I mean, everything I had there was affordable. You know, evenly priced. There was a lot of stuff to look at. Like they have their video boards like in the outfield wall. I think that's pretty cool. They have a big fountain, big waterfall, and they have a pool. They have a pool and a couple other things, amenities. But I love the fact that they incorporate their mascot, the Frisco Rough Riders. So it's all Theodore Long, Teddy Long. No, it's Teddy Roosevelt. He's all over the ballpark. Like the little pictures of him, it's like everywhere. A little cartoon of his face. They're all over the ballpark. So that was pretty cool, man. Game was great. Tigers won. And then this is where the story gets freaking wild. So after the game, I drove around Frisco, wanted to check out some stuff. Wanted to check out the Comerica Center. Uh, that's where Peak Fighting does a lot of their shows. So I just drove past it. This is where the WNBA team plays. And I think they have like a hockey team that plays there too. It's a brand new arena. It's beautiful on the outside. And then after that, I drove across the street to Jerry Jones, his Dallas Cowboy football team's headquarters, the Star. So I drove to the Star, which is right next door, and I checked that out, and it's a hell of a facility. You know, you spend a couple bucks on it. It's pretty nice. I was looking, just trying to find where Jerry's office is, where he sits up there and he crosses his arms and he watches his Cowboys practice, but I couldn't find it. But it's a hell of a facility, the Star. If you ever get a chance, you're in the Frisco area, just go look at it. Go see what a lot of money can get you, because it can't get them a good football team. Um, I lie, that was terrible. God, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. That was bad. That was bad. I lie. I'm so sorry. I like the Dallas Cowboys. I do. I don't hate the Cowboys like a lot of people. I'm a diehard Saints fan, but if the Cowboys are on and I can catch the game and the Saints aren't playing, I'll watch the Cowboys. I consider the Cowboys a local team, like in my vicinity. Houston and Dallas. They're right there. But I'm a diehard Saints fan. I'm watching the Saints over anything. So What's up, everybody? I see some people in there, just watching. You should comment, leave a like. Somebody left a like. Let me see who left a like. Let's see. Casey Jones, what's up, Casey? Thank you for tuning in. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, so just chilling. It's a Wednesday night, you know. Got a big live stream coming up tomorrow. It's gonna be a busy day of promoting this weekend's event for Titan Combat, which I'll be talking more about. Titan Combat is tomorrow. Dillis Hall. Yeah. Dallas, Dallas Hall. I mean, you know, I know how you feel. Let's see. Let's bring that up. It's tough being a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Well, I was hanging out, man. Where's that freaking picture? So I took a really cool picture. Casey, what's up? There he is. Just finished recording something myself. Where are you this weekend? I needed glasses. That's what I need. Um, Man, this weekend I'm in Baton Rouge with Titan Combat Championship. You'll be seeing a lot more of that, dude. With Mardi Gras being thrown in the middle of this week, it's hard to go to the next show. Meaning like, everything like gearing up towards the next event. Just a lot going on, and then with doing the show and getting everything promoted for the next event, it's a lot. But we make it worthwhile. Monetization is the key, so I'm gonna keep making videos. Uh, so I like to make videos too. Come on, you got to be kidding me. I like to go live. It's fun. Um, but yeah, so in Baton Rouge at Le Berge Hotel and Casino, Baton Rouge. Uh, there's going to be some special guests there. I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. But yeah, uh, yes, sir, 100%. Um, yeah, shout out everybody that's watching. Thank you all. Christian Schmidt, yo, good brother Christian Schmidt, fellow announcer, keeping it locked down there on the border, Laredo, Texas. Yeah, Christian, man, I was in Dallas, your old stomping grounds. I don't know if you ever stomped around over there, but I know some people did. Yeah, yeah. Let me get back to this, Christian. You're gonna want to hear this actually. So, Christian, stay tuned because you would love this story. Everybody would too. This is such a great story. So I get through with the game and I'm driving through. By the way, Dallas traffic horrible, but it tells you on Waze. It's like you could stay in traffic and spend an hour, or you can get on a toll road and it'll be 30 minutes. You just got to pay $10 next month in the mail. So I went ahead and I did that. Pulled up to the hotel. Promoter Chris Lopez was like, "Hey, look, I'll be there in a few minutes. We'll get you checked in." Okay, keep that in mind. So I'm waiting in my car, right? And so, good brother Dan Martinez, most of you know Dan Martinez, fellow announcer, manager, NWA Texas, Texas Style Wrestling, Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, Laredo Wrestling Alliance. Love Dano. So Dano calls me, right? And me and Dano talk all the time. And he calls me and he's like, "Hey, pal," Dan. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm over here in Irving." And I'm like, "You're in Irving?" And I said, "That's crazy. I'm in Irving." Yeah, how about that? I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And he's like, tries to change the subject. He's like, "No, no, 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 no. What the hell are you doing in Irving? There's no way. I'm in Irving too." He's like, "Yeah, well, I'm out here. We got NWA Texas at TSW tomorrow in Forney, so I came in a day early." And I'm like, "Wait, wait, wait, hold on, hold on." And like it's like you're in Irving, Texas. I'm in Irving, Texas. I didn't know you were coming to Irving, Texas. Where are you? And he's like, "Well, I'm looking at a Red Lobster." And I look to my right and there's a Red Lobster. And I'm like, "Dano, where are you, dude?" Where and I look and he said, "Dude, I'm at the Super 8. The Super 8." And I'm like, "That's crazy. I'm at the Holiday Inn Express and we were right next door to each other. Like, how crazy is this?" And I backed up and I just like flew next door and like we saw each other. It's the first time we've seen each other in person since WrestleMania weekend in Dallas. So It's a cool little reunion. And so we went out, went to a local establishment, Rockin' Brews, up in Grapevine, owned by Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley of Kiss. Great place, good food, great ribeye or great steak, whatever the hell that I ate, and live music, all that stuff, like a kind of like a knockoff of Hard Rock, but still good. Yeah, Casey, I know, crazy story. So, I mean, I told him like this is one of the greatest road stories I've ever been a part of. Like, how crazy is that? Like, I'm looking at a Red Lobster too. Wait, what? Yeah. So, who would have thunk it? He normally like drives in the day of a show just like anybody would. But he wanted to make a little vacation out of it. So we did. So I think he's still up there in Dulles. He's got some family up there too. So not to reveal too much of his personal life, but shout out to everybody tuning in and watching. If you're here, leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And oh my God, David Smitty Williams, bro, you got to be kidding me. My life, your entertainment. He says, Purple Haze. Man, I was watching the video of you driving that white pickup truck, driving up to PW 225 out there in Columbia, or what building we did. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man, David, a true professional. Always loved announcing him, always loved the gimmick. By the way, David, I remember you came out to the Wild Wild West for a little bit. The Wild Wild West, man, I heard like a remix version of Wild Wild West, and it made me totally despise the Will Smith, like the regular version, that the really fast. It's like a remix version where it's like slowed down. It's so much better. I think you'd like it. Casey, let me see. How about that flipped car on the way back from Houston? I'm trying to think what you're talking about. I didn't see a flipped. You talking about the one on Nelson Road? That Oh, you're talking about whenever we went to whenever we went to NXT War Games years ago. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'll tell that one. Keegan Williams. Keegan Blazing Williams. Dude, shout out Keegan, man. Keegan Blazing Williams down there in Florida. Bro, I want to see Keegan. Dude, Keegan. Bro, I think you would excel at doing more bare knuckle fights, man. I don't want to speak for you, bro, but you're so tough and you're so like I don't give a bleep that I think you're undefeated in bare knuckle right now, right? So I would love to see you do more bare knuckle fights, man. I don't. I'm be. That's all up to you. That's your face, not mine. But as a fan, yeah, dude, you're tough as nails, Keegan. I'd love to see you do some more bare knuckle fights. That's where that money is, dog. Choo. Yeah, Casey, I can tell that story. Casey and I were coming back from NXT Wool Games, the first ever Wool Games, out in Houston at Toyota Center, and yeah, we were going down the highway, and I think I was driving, and it was cold, and it was like we were going through like Viter, right? And this car was like flying past us, like we were doing this, and this car was like, and we're like, I was like, damn. And it hit the exit, right? And it hits the exit, and it, it like it goes off the exit ramp, and so it goes down, right? And it goes through the stop sign, and then it just goes skadoosh, 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 starts flipping over in the grass, and it's like ba pow. I mean, I could do all the sound effects, you know. Um, but it was absolutely wild. And I remember like a wheel popped off, and Casey was like, "We have to stop. We have to go check it out." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you're right. They could be dead." And it was wild. We pull up. There was nobody in the vehicle. It's like they flew the coop, and it was the wildest thing, right? So so like we're waiting there, and like we spent like a 45 minutes out there, and like Texas State Troopers pulled up, and who knows, man? They probably had a bong or something in the car, and like they were like, "We got to get rid of this." That's crazy how they even survived it. They ran away from that. It's nuts. That's a true story. I can go into more detail about it at a later time, but that's it's a pretty good chunk of the story right there, Casey. All right, here we go. Here we go. Uh, I'm back in Louisiana at the moment. Got stuff brewing for bare knuckle. Stay tuned. Might try to do one of Lake Charles if the money is there. Well, now that everybody has a bare knuckle division, Keegan, um, yeah, I think it's definitely possible. Dude, I tell you what, man. I mean, I know Duke the Nuke Sensley is BFC's champion, but I think y'all are different weight classes. I would love to see Keegan Williams do a bare knuckle fight for Bayou Fighting Championship in New Orleans, bro. Bayou brawling, baby. Let's do it. Hell yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're here, leave a comment. Um, just say what's up or just say where you're watching from, you know, whatever. Yeah, it was wild, Casey. I agree. So yeah, back to Dillis. Elevate sub series. Hold on one second. Let me throw this up there. Nope, never mind. I took the graphic down. Oh yeah, here we go. Pretty cool. Here's what everything looked like. Boom. That was a live look at Southern Junction in Irving, Texas. That's where Elevate sub series was. It's a big honky tonk, right? And they got like the Alamo up there, which the Alamo is in San Antonio, but still, it's a great venue. Um, Dan Martinez is ironically calling me right now. He needs to tune in. I'm texting him right now to tune into this. Get him in the comments. Anyway, but yeah, it's a big it's a big honky tonk, right? You see, like it's got like a big jumbotron, you know. So that was cool. Big halo above the canvas or above the bat. Sold out crowd. I mean, like the first time we went to Dallas for Elevate Sub Series, we had, it was pretty sold out. I mean, it was pretty full, and that was our first time. We just started inviting schools, like, hey, look, y'all come, like, come support your guy, whatever, and just like we're here, And yeah, this one was a great one. Pretty good crowd. I mean, we were sold out. I mean, it was freaking awesome. That's a little look of what it looked like. There's your boy right there. That's a behind look, the fade. Uh, I was announcing something. There's another one right there. There's the I forget what title that is, but that's our official uh uh is it James Burton the third? I remember it was like Burton the third. JB3. Yeah, he's a great official, and there was a title bout. So I told him, they just didn't really, they just kind of walk out there with the belt. Like we need to show the crowd the belt like they do at WWE events, and they're like, we don't watch that. So they're a bunch of jujitsu guys. So, anyways, but yeah, that's the belt being held up right there. And this is another good photo right here. Check this out. I took this one too. That's the microphone and big Elevate on Clear Life Media logo on the Jumbotron. There's an Easter egg in this photo, and it'll all make sense within a few weeks. Take that as you want it. But I got an Easter egg hidden in this photo. If it's a snake, it bites you. Anyways, so yeah, Elevate was awesome. It was a great event. Jesus, how long? So 41 bouts. Yeah, 41 bouts. It's a long event, but it was great. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. Ran into former Muay Thai promoter Eric Villarreal, who promoted WBC Muay Thai out there in Dallas. Former promoter, great guy. I almost worked for him one time. I almost filled in for Garrett Fertig to work for him, but the promoter I was supposed to work for that weekend kept dragging their feet and basically cost me the booking. So I told him that story. We had a bunch of laughs, and it was just a great night. And yeah, man, Elevate. The competition was great. All the jiu-jitsu practitioners that showed up. Alex Martin wins the title. what division was that? It was a black belt masters title, strawweight black belt masters title. He retained or he won the title. Um, yeah, it's fantastic, man. Elevate's such a fun event. Uh, Even if you don't know a whole lot about, uh, bro, what? That looks dope. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Holy. Yeah. I agree. We need to get Dan Martinez in here. If you know Dan Martinez, tell him you love him and tell him to tune in. Keegan Williams, shout out. It just keeps saying Keegan Williams left you in love. Thank you, Keegan. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, so I mean, Elevate was awesome. After the show, we went to a local establishment. Big, huge place. It was like Mexican seafood. I couldn't even pronounce the name of the place, but it was it was freaking awesome. I got a mocha hot bowl. They were like doing karaoke and it was a party. It was great. You know, at the end of the night, that's what it's about. It's about the camaraderie, and they do that well over there. I always got to say, man, Chris Lopez, promoter Chris Lopez, matchmaker Jose Yanis, which was a guest last week on the show, always show me great hospitality every time I work for Elevate. So thanks to them, uh, they definitely treat me well, and they know how to book a great show too. 41 bouts, lots of great competition, and all of the gyms in Dallas love Elevate Submission Series. So it's looking like Elevate Submission Series will be coming back to Dallas. It actually is official. Elevate Submission Series coming back in May 10th. So yeah, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Elevate Submission Series 14 because Elevate Submission Series 13 is going to be in Houston April 25th on a Sunday, I think. That's the 27th. Yeah, there's gonna be like a big jujitsu tournament going on in Houston that weekend. So like they're doing something really cool. It's like a world tournament happening in Houston that weekend on a Saturday. So what they're doing is they're making like a big fight weekend, like kind of like WrestleMania weekend, kind of like that. So like on Friday night they're doing Elevate MMA at the ULH Center. And then on Sunday, like they do like on Sunday, they're gonna do Elevate Submission Series. Uh Elevate Sub Series 13 on Sunday. So is Donnie in here, Casey? Donnie Flatline Toller. Let's go. Get him in here. Absolutely. Yeah, it's good. I didn't expect to go live this late, but here I am. You know, I had to go live sometime this week before we did the episode tomorrow. But yeah, once again, tomorrow, guys. Big news. Look, I'll put up the graphic. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on one second. Here we go. Tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna have two guests. So Thomas Webb, out of UFC Core Sherwood in Baton Rouge, will join the show at 4:30 p.m. And I cannot believe I actually did this, but I totally skipped over saving, or maybe I didn't. Hold on. Let's go. Here it is. It just didn't upload all the way. One sec. Yeah. And then the other guy I'm gonna have on is Roman David Pizzolato, the Italian Lion. Roman Pizzolato. He's also going to be on the show at 6 p.m. So you're getting two guests on the show tomorrow, 2-for-1 special, double header for tomorrow on the Bryce Boudreaux Show. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about Titan Combat, which is this Friday night. There's a look at the card. I'll show it here in a few more minutes. But yeah, going down this Friday night at L'Auberge. L'Auberge, Baton Rouge. Beautiful. First time I ever get to announce there. I hosted a weigh-ins and a press release event that we did there a while back for Titan Combat. It's an honor, man, as an announcer and as a performer. And I think a lot of people that are in the watching right now will agree. If you get to perform at a casino, it is a big deal. It really is. So I'm blessed. I'm honored, and I already know that we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna have some really cool people in the house. I'll talk all about that here in a little while. back to Elevate, back to Dallas. So then there was a whole situation that happened after when we ate. Uh, promoter Chris Lowe. Man, I don't know if I should tell this story. Okay, I will. This is a shoot story. Okay, folks, this is as real as it gets. And if Chris Lopez doesn't want me to tell the story, then I'll just edit it out. But this is a real story, and I'll do this to be as protective of everybody involved as possible. Nothing terrible happened, but this is the truth. I mean, we had a situation that happened at this hotel, right, where Chris was trying to get a room, and he's got cash, and so he pays for cash for 2 hotel rooms, for matchmaker Jose Giannis, right? Well, then, they had a whole situation where the front desk agent was like he was all nervous, right? And we're trying to figure out, like, what's your major malfunction, private, you know? Why are you so nervous? Oh, here we go. Donnie, fun story. Me and my brother wrestled. We know T Web from high school. Haven't seen her talk to him forever. But dude, you should come see him fight Friday night. Yeah, man. Thomas Webb is awesome, man. He's always just so serious, and he knows what's going on. Absolutely. Love T Web. Yeah, so back to this hotel, right? So it's a nice Holiday Inn Express, right? And so the guy working behind the counter is just super nervous, and I mean, it's no joke. This guy is like, I don't know if we can get you a room. And then Chris basically pays him cash for their hotel rooms. This dude takes the cash and like disperses it in envelopes, and then forgets what cash he put where. So then he's like, I don't know what happened to the money. I might have made a mistake. And he's all nervous. And Chris is like, what do you mean? Well, like, what's the problem? And this guy was so nervous he couldn't explain exactly what he did wrong. He had no clue what he did. He just got carried away and he misplaced this man's hard-earned cash. And then that's whenever it hit the fan and it was just like, dude, what is your issue? Like, we paid $500, give us 2 hotel rooms. And I already had my room. I was in there just chilling, and I'm like, oh, we got us a show now. And, yeah, I think Chris scared the guy, because Chris was like, "Sir, we're not trying to, like, threaten you, but, like, we want our hotel rooms. We've given you the money, produce the room keys." And the guy just kept going, and he just kept going on and on like that, and it was annoying, and we're like, "Dude, it's okay." And then, we're like, "Look, call your manager." And I stepped up. I was like, "Dude, listen, man. I used to work hospitality. That camera right there does not lie." I said, "Why don't you call your manager? Let's watch the camera footage, and we'll find out where you put that cash, and then we'll take care of this hotel room." Hold on, here we go. Matthew Daigle, Pro Wrestling 225 and Saturday in Houma. Let's go. Wish I was there, man. Actually, I could be there. I mean, I mean, eh, I have a booking Friday night in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge. Maybe I'll show up, maybe I won't. That's I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. All right. Cool. Good to hear. Thank you for telling me that, Matthew, because I yeah, man. All right, cool. So back to this hotel story, right? So yeah, the guy's so nervous, right? The guy calls the cops. The guy calls the cops because he's so threatened, right? And we didn't know, we're like, he was just working himself up to a nervous wreck, right? So the cops walk in. I told that wrong. I should have just said police officers walk in, and we're like, whoa, what's going on now? This is a show. Here we go. Cops walk in, and the first thing this cop does, he walks up to the front desk agent, this guy who's nervous. His name is Mr. Joe. The cop goes, Joe, what's crack a lacking? And apparently, this guy comes here every other day. Apparently, our buddy Joe calls the cops all the time. So this is a usual thing. And basically, the Irving's finest worked the situation out, and we're super cool about it. And it just turned into just big misunderstanding. And this guy is just super nervous and does not need to be running a freaking front desk at a hotel in Dallas, Texas. Good God. Jesus Lord. Ugh, awful. Alrighty. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. I'm in Baton Rouge on Friday. Well, look, I mean, Matthew, I can show up as a fan, and I could clap my hands and cheer for whoever I need to cheer for. You know, and cheer and boo Vladimir Koloff and cheer Braxton Hunter, right? Uh, but as far as doing something within the show, that's not my call. You know, Pro Wrestling 225 has a new general manager, which I'm very cool with, but it's his town, it's his show, and whatever he says goes. So if Brett Landry would like to have me there, uh, then absolutely. And but I can't just barge in the door and say I'm gonna go announce a match. I can't do that. And there's already somebody announcing. That would just be just couldn't do that. But hey, look, we'll see what happens. You know, if you want Bryce Boudreaux Pro Wrestling 225 Saturday, hit up Brett Landry and tell him "Ooh, Bryce is around the corner. Uh so hey, maybe we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, Casey, poor dude. I agree. I agree. But you know what, man? At the end of the day, the dude shouldn't be running a front desk at a hotel in a major city. He just shouldn't be doing it. He should be a DoorDash driver. Maybe that's too complex for that guy because he was nervous, dude. He was nervous. I walked in and he was nervous. I said, "Hey, how are you?" And he was like, uh." What's wrong, buddy? Calm down. It's okay. Sunshine, rainbows. Jeez, like calm down. It's like you don't have to be scared. Don't be afraid. You know, it's okay to be afraid sometimes. And Mr. Rogers said that. Anyways, so yeah, man, that's Dallas. Had lunch the following day with some family friends of mine, Broussard family, and Ken Chapman and his fiance, and yeah, we had a wonderful lunch at a local establishment, Boomer Jacks, out in Grapevine. Great food, and I had Troy Aikman's beer. Did you know Troy Aikman had his own beer? I didn't know that. It's called Eight, and the logo is terrible. Uh, I'm sorry, but it's so simplistic and modern. It's just like two squares, and it's supposed to make an eight. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, man. Troy Aikman's beer. It's just like an ultra light beer. It tastes like super light Michelob Ultra. About as light as a Dallas Cowboy, you know. So Hunter Pickett. No, I am no goat. I am me. You can call me. Uh, you can call me. Um, a deer. I'd be a buck. I'm not a goat, bro. And I appreciate that. I'm just not into that. The goat. I mean, see, if I were to be an animal, I would be one that nobody wants to eat. You know, so nobody would kill me. But I appreciate you. Thank you, the Hunter Pickett. I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Mr. Rogers knows his shit. You damn right. Absolutely. Yeah, man. I didn't watch that. I haven't watched that Tom Hanks. Wasn't there like a movie or is that Muhammad Ali syndrome or what is that called? Who was the guy? What's that called whenever when everybody thinks something and you're like, "Man, I know that was something, but it's not." I called it Muhammad Ali syndrome. I don't know why. Uh who was the guy that was a leader? I don't even know. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about now. But there was a movie, right? I'm not going crazy like this. I'm speaking the truth, right? There was a Mr. Rogers movie, and it was Tom Hanks, and he looked nothing like Mr. Rogers. It's kind of like that movie they made about Edgar Allan Poe, and John Cusack played Allan Poe, but he had a goatee. Like, when the hell did Edgar Allan Poe have a goatee? You know what I mean? Fights you're most excited for. Well, I'm looking forward to yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a movie. It was definitely a movie. Yeah, because it's all coming back to me. Little smiles, little laughs from Hunter Pickett. Thank you, buddy. Casey, I'm looking forward to some good fights, man. I was gonna get to Titan a little bit, but yeah, Mardi Gras was yesterday. It was freaking awesome. Partied hard. I guess I'll talk a little bit about the fights real quick. Two fights that I'm definitely looking forward to. Let's go. Hold on one second. Let's look at the card. So two fights that I'm definitely looking forward to. A couple of them. So local guy Landon Royer from DeQuincy, Louisiana. I know his dad. I know Mr. John, and I know Landon. The whole family knows how to fight. I mean, they just do. Landon Royer, DeQuincy guy fighting in Baton Rouge this Friday night. So that's going to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to that. He's a tough kid. Zayden Hollabaugh, which is Kurt Hollabaugh's son, is going to be doing a kids MMA bout. Colton Crochet, Shaw, it's Crochet, used to play for LSU, former LSU fighting Tiger. He's going to be fighting welterweight bout against Noah Mobley. But I'm definitely looking forward to Robert Link and Marjarell Kirby. Robert, the good bad guy Link. I like that guy. And definitely one I'm looking forward to would be Roman Pizzolatto, the Italian Lion, and Aaron Davis. Aaron Davis, another local guy from around here, from DeQuincy. I've been knowing Aaron for years. Fun fact: Aaron Davis fought Grant Navarre, and Grant Navarre beat him at the Burton Coliseum. So we'll see, man. Aaron Davis has been fighting for years. This is like the old folks' home card, man. It's crazy. It's a lot of guys coming out of the woodwork to like have their I don't know, write the next chapter of their career. It's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, a lot of veterans that built the MMA community here in Louisiana. Roman Pizzolatto, one of them, and Aaron Davis, both of those guys. Um, Aiden McDaniel, Fisher Burnworth. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Hunter James and Juan Chavana. Juan Chavana is a great fighter. I saw him fight Hunter Smith, and Hunter Smith's hard to beat. And Juan took him to the distance, took him to his absolute limit. Or hoping to be in the building on Friday night. Okay, cool. I'll come see y'all. Yeah, that's right. I mean, 225 always shows up. Absolutely. This is Roman's last fight ever, man. Yeah, apparently that's the story. Um, that's the story. We will see. He will officially address that tomorrow on the show if this will be his last fight. So we'll find out. Of course, the main event, T Webb, Thomas Webb, and Montreal James. Both guys I have announced. Well, I've never announced T Webb's. I've never announced any T Webb fights. I've only announced a Montreal James fight. So T Webb, I've always been looking forward to it. We'll see, man. Both these guys are veterans. You know, they're over 40 years old. Not saying that they're old. They're veterans, you know? So I was going to talk all about that towards the end of the show, but there you go. We'll talk a little bit more about it here in a little bit. But Mardi Gras was yesterday. It's kind of why I'm a little hoarse. My voice is normally perfect at all times. I never have any issues with that. There's no problem there, right? I yelled a lot yesterday, and so it's kind of hoarse. But hopefully, we get back to normal and we're tip top Magoo and we're ready to go for Friday night at La Berge in Baton Rouge. What else we got in here? Kurt's son, yeah, man. Zayden Hollabaugh. Kurt is gonna be there too. Wait, hold on one second. Kurt's gonna be there. I got it right here. Boom. Kurt Hollabaugh in the building. The Ultimate Fighter. Kurt Hollabaugh won the Ultimate Fighter. for the UFC past season. Love Kurt Hollabaugh. Love seeing him. Great dude. I think he's from Albany, right? From Albany, Louisiana, which is right outside of Baton Rouge. So, we're looking forward to seeing Kurt Hollabaugh, man. It'd be cool to see the Ultimate Fighter and his son, of course, Zayden. Anywho, glad you enjoyed it. Spence couldn't handle the truck, so we dipped early. Fun fact. Yeah, Casey, whenever I was a little kid, I didn't like the loud trucks. I didn't like the horn honking. And I remember all the adults would feel bad, so they just give me all their beads, and I was okay with it. And I just kind of learned to love it. He'll probably grow out of it. Don't worry. I mean, I was the same way. I used to be scared of the Halloween aisle um, at the grocery store. Here we go. Rachel Hart, when is Drake Pellegrin fighting? It's a great question. Drake Pellegrin looks to be fighting on March 29th for Raging Fighting Championship in Youngsville, Louisiana. That's whenever Drake Pellegrin's fighting. Maybe Drake Pellegrin will come on the show. That's going to be a big one. Good Lord. There's going to be a lot of fights on that one. Oh, man. Yeah. So it's funny you mentioned that, Casey. Man, I'm dehydrated. Uh, it's probably because Mardi Gras. That's why I'm dehydrated. No, I'll lie. It's funny you mentioned that, Casey, about the trucks and about Spencer's son. Um, so yesterday, buddy from out of town, Juicy Jack, came into town and we did Mardi Gras. Weather was horrible here in Lake Charles yesterday morning. If you're here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, the rain was coming down and then it was coming like sideways. It was that Forrest Gump rain, bro. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna do this parade. But you know what, man? Rain doesn't cancel the spirit of Mardi Gras. So we're still going out there and we're gonna go party. And that's what I do. I love Mardi Gras. I love Mardi Gras more than Christmas. I really do. You know, I love it. It's so much fun, man. It really is. It's a great time, and it's a time of celebration. Really is. So get out there. Went to Tad's local establishment, had some food, and then I got a backpack full of beer, and so we rolled and went down Ryan Street, right? And so I do the Ryan Street challenge, where I try to start at the beginning of Ryan and I walk all the way to the end of Ryan downtown, and then I turn around and come back. And we did it. We did it, right? Uh, yeah, man, we did it. We went all the way down there, and we ran into a bunch of people, and it was great. It was cool to see everybody. We run into a crew of guys, right? And I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but here it goes. All right. I'll apologize in advance, but this is exactly what went down. So I knew the guy that had this property, right? It was right on Ryan Street. And the deal was if you parked there, you didn't have to pay. You just had to give the guy a bag of dog food. That's it. No money involved. So you just give bag dog food to the guy and he'd let you park there. So we walked past and there's these two guys that we went to school with and we're like, hey, yeah, man, we're hanging out. Cool. So as we're talking, right, the Jeep parade starts. The motor gras, they call it, right? And half of the parade, and this is just my gripe about the Jeep or parade or the motor gras or whatever name they have for it now. Half of the vehicles understand they're in a Mardi Gras parade. So they bring stuff to throw. And they got the kids and they're all throwing stuff, right? Or everybody's throwing stuff. They're all having a great time. But then you have these total doofuses that think that they're in this parade to show you their car and that's it. There's some people that actually think that they're in this parade not to throw any beads, not to celebrate Mardi Gras. They're here because you're going to see their vehicle and they're going to rev up their engine, dude. And I think it's a load of junk. The fact that they're just allowed to do this. To me, if you want to be in the Motor Gras parade, I mean, to me, you need to have something to throw. And these people have nothing. Nothing. Half of them didn't have anything. Just drove past and revved their engines. Now, this is me. I let people have it. It's Mardi Gras. Believe it or not, you're in a parade, and this is gonna sound crazy, but you're in a Mardi Gras parade. It's time to throw something. You're in a parade. And so every time somebody would drive by and rev their engine and not throw anything, I would say, "Hey, you're in a Mardi Gras parade. Next year, come prepared." You know? Doofus? Come on. You know? Yeah, I agree, Casey. See, they're annoying. It's annoying. 100%. So as they're passing by, I'm letting them have it, and everybody's laughing. We're having a great time. I'm not like we're trying to fight anybody. But I'm definitely letting these drivers have it. Like these guys that think it's just cool to just drive by and rev their engines and not throw any beads. Right? It's annoying. It's Mardi Gras. That's like that's like putting up directions, Halloween decorations for Halloween, and then not giving out any candy and not giving a reason. Just like the movie Big Daddy. The guy's like, "Go away," and he's like, "Give me your watch." Whatever. Not to change the subject, but that was really annoying, and it's just very frustrating that that's still allowed. But I get it. The Mardi Gras people in Lake Charles, you pay to be in the parade. They're not going to turn down the money. So, but I think they need to have a requirement. You at least need one bag of beads in order to get into a parade. I think that should be a requirement. Uh, Casey, I don't care about your green Jeep, dude. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Half of these people is some of them they didn't even have cool cars. Like there was a guy driving a Nissan, Altima. Like, dude, who cares about your car? Or a Jeep with no accessories, just a stupid sticker that says seven whatever bucks. I don't even know. Seven slot society. Not poo pooing on the group. But it's like, who cares? There's nothing special about your Jeep. That's the point of being in a Jeep parade, right? You're supposed to have a cool looking Jeep. This guy didn't have a cool looking Jeep at all. Okay, fast forward, right? So the parade's over, and we're like, okay, we're running low on beer. We're gonna go to the gas station, and we'll come back. Tenfo. So as we're about to leave, one of these guys comes up to me and says, "Here we go. You ready for this?" Hey there, buddy. I don't mean to get all up in your business or anything, but my buddy over there, he's got two kids, man. They're autistic, man, and you freaked them out, man. You really scared them, and they're in the truck right now, and you come back. Just if you could just tone it down, yeah. If you just tone it down, we'd really appreciate it. And I was like, what? I felt bad for a second. I was like, damn. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Then I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I didn't even do anything like bad, and the guy couldn't even come up to me and tell me. The guy sent his buddy to come tell me that he was pissed off that I was, just trying to get beads thrown at him, at us, but, I scared his kids, I guess. I don't know how I did. Even though the guy had kids, but, I was looking for the kids. I'm like, "Where are they?" And he's like, "Oh, they're in the truck," and I'm like, "Well, I was gonna give give them all my beads as an apology." I didn't mean to scare these kids. But then I got to thinking, if these kids are that scared of me hollering at people driving cars and saying, "Bring some beads next year," these kids, I don't know what their reaction was to the 18 wheelers laying the horn and the DJs and the lights and the people screaming. Bro, why are you bringing your kids to a parade? Like, that's not my fault, you know? So, yeah, the guy couldn't even come up to me and tell me that. And then this is the cherry on top. You ready? The guy says, "Yeah, man, he paid $900 to park here. $900." And I'm like, "I know that's a lie. It cost a bag of dog food to park here." And I just walked away. And I was like, "Okay, bud. Sorry about all that." And I just left. And whenever I was a kid going to parades, I was scared to death of 18 wheelers honking their horns. But my parents, they kind of worked me into it and they said, "Look, it's nothing to be scared of. They're not going to attack you." And within 2 years, I was all for it. So I apologize to the guy and his kids that I upset, but man, I don't. I would love to see if your kids how long they lasted for the crew cruise because it was madness. Poor kids. I don't know. If even if that story's true, I have a speculation that the guy just didn't like me. He was just some, I don't know, country guy. I just felt out of place, and I think maybe he just didn't like me. I don't know. Don't know him. Anyway, so yeah, here we go. As a parent of an autistic child, I would never confront someone for yelling at a Mardi Gras parade. Like, be for real. Well, Casey, I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing: he didn't even do it. He didn't even come up to me and confront me. He sent his buddy to come do it, and his buddy like lied and said that they spent $900 to park there. That's stupid. If you spent $900 to park on Ryan Street, that is ridiculous. Whenever people are charging $20, come on, give me a break. And that parking spot, all you had to do was give the guy a bag of dog food. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to apologize to the kids, but they were like, "Oh, they're in the truck. You scared them." I wanted to give the kids all my beads. Like, "Hey guys, this is what I was fighting for. See?" You know? But oh well. I mean, I don't think that guy had fun at Mardi Gras. No, the kids probably didn't. If I scared them, which I didn't even know what I don't. I mean, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't think I did anything wrong, but you know what? In the eyes of them, maybe I was. Uh, which I know how I was. They saw someone drinking and they were just like, "We don't want him around here. We don't want him here," and they probably just made that up. So, anyways, that's my gripe about Mardi Gras. Just the people around here. You know, you have bigger issues, bro. For real, dude. You got gypped if you really paid $900 to park there. Yeah, other than that, man, Mardi Gras was great. Wayne Toops apparently played it at Cajun Wharf. Cajun Wharf under new ownership. Shout out Tankersley. Man, he knocked it out of the park with Wayne Toops. I didn't get to see Wayne, but I heard it was packed. But the parade was good. I gotta say, it was longer. Like the last time I went to Lake Charles Mardi Gras parade was 2021. And I remember that parade was terrible. I guess because it was right after COVID, right? This is a good long parade. Definitely not the longest I've ever been in, but it was good. I just don't understand. People are so changey. They just don't want to throw anything. It's like what? Like, dude, throw your beads. Throw. That's what it's all about. Instead of like waving the beads, like who wants the beads? And then like the DJ is like, oh, y'all need to make some noise for these Mardi Gras beads. Or the age old Happy Mardi Gras. And they don't throw nothing and they just play that same song. Uh we gonna light this up like it's dynamite. Anyways, but yeah, let's see. Here we go. Here's a little Mardi Gras. Boom. There's your boy right there on Ryan Street after partying Mardi Gras. Anyways, so fast forward, man. Today is Wednesday, the 5th. It's almost Thursday. Um, yeah, I got some good stuff planned for tomorrow. Like I said, we're gonna have T Webb, Thomas Webb out of UFC Core Sherwood on the show at 4:30 p.m. Then we'll have Roman David Pizzolatto, the Italian Lion, on the show at 6 p.m. Little two-parter. So then we'll chop everything up and make a little shorts out of that, and you'll see all the highlights all over social media. So it'll be great. Really happy to be doing this with Titan Combat Championship. Titan Combat Championship is fast rising right now. They're still early. I mean, this is only their fourth event. Fourth event, they're already doing a casino show. Most times it takes wow, Brand. Oh my god. Brandon Gabe Brad Pitton is here. What's up, man? Brandon Gabe Brad Pitton. Man, I wish I had you at that Mardi Gras parade. Uh no, actually I don't. I don't know how you get in front of crowds. especially at Mardi Gras parades. I don't know if you fight everybody or not. I'm not saying you do, but uh, I tell you what, man, I bet you were making some money. All the chicken runs we had in Louisiana, you were supplying the chickens. Some of you might know Brandon Penton, Game Bread, raises chickens, or more specifically, gamecock, violent creatures, beautiful creatures, actually. But yeah, man, Brandon with the fastest knockout in the history of Southern Hand Slugfest. Man, I hope everything was good this past weekend. Miss Southern Hand Slugfest. Sadly, we parted ways. It was all good, but it was time. It was time for them to move on, and I agree. They're still doing great events, and losing me didn't hurt them at all. So love Ricky and love Southern Hand Slugfest, and I hope everything was great. Oh yeah, man. Brandon Game Bread Penton. What? Is the between Bro, yeah, I was kind of disappointed, Casey, because like they were barely throwing, dude. Yeah. Well, Casey, that's what Brandon over here does. Brandon raises those things. He even on his trunks, it's really cool. He has a a rooster, like a white rooster, a white gamecock, on his painted on, or not, like ironed on, or it's like a patch on his trunk. So it's pretty cool. Here we go. The man himself. Two first round knockouts. I lost my semifinals against Juice, man. We miss you. Oh man, that's sweet. Dude, wait, so you it was you and Prune Juice? Dude. I'm actually kind of proud of Prune Juice if that's who you're talking about. Bro, I bet that was good. You and Prune Juice. Damn. Bro, but look at you, man. Two first round KOs. Let's go. Let's go. Embroider. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, man. I'm not a designer. Okay. Anywho, yeah, man. So yeah, this Friday night, it's Titan Combat Championship, live at LaBerge, Baton Rouge, LaBerge Hotel and Casino, Baton Rouge. Oh wait, there's another juice. That's ridiculous. Can't be another juice at Southern Hand Slugfest. Youngest Prune Juice Johnson, man. I miss that guy. He was always smiling. This dude would get hit in the face so hard and he'd be smiling from ear to ear. He never stopped smiling. Kind of like Jaden Daniels. You know, Jaden Daniels never stopped smiling, you know. Smile more, they say. Anyways, yeah, man. This is this Friday night's card at LaBerge, Baton Rouge, LaBerge Hotel and Casino, Baton Rouge. Gordon McKernan, Relief Windows, uh ESPN 104.5, Rescom Electric. There's so many other sponsors we can list, but that's the only ones I'm listing right now. Looks like everything's going to be on pay per view. CombatSportsCoverage.com. Mr. Tommy Gaudenzi's got you covered there. So go to CombatSportsCoverage.com, order the pay per view now, and you can watch it. Yeah, so here's the card. It's going to be a stat card. Um, Titan always does a great job. Titan Combat, Chapter 4, the fourth event, and our first one at LaBerge Hotel and Casino, Baton Rouge. So I can't wait, man. Doing a casino show is just a blessing for any performer. So I can't wait. It's going to be great. Kurt Hollabaugh is going to be in the building, the Ultimate Fighter himself. Once again, Thomas Webb joining the show tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. And Roman Pizzolatto, the Italian Lion, will also be joining the show tomorrow at 6 p.m. to talk a little bit more about Friday night's event. Tickets are still on sale. I believe you buy them through LaBerge. And the pay-per-view will be on CombatSportsCoverage.com. Follow Titan Combat Championship if you haven't done it yet. Give them a follow. Give them a like. It's Titan Combat Championship on Instagram and on Facebook. And also follow me. There's all my socials right there. Right there. All over the place. Give me a follow, give me a like, give me a subscribe on YouTube. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. It means a ton that everybody follows me. There you go, Brandon Pitton. Oh man, appreciate that, Brandon. Thank you, brother. Likewise, man. Love that guy. Announced a lot of his fights. Brandon Gamebred Pitton tuning in from Mississippi. The old sip. Absolutely. Well, y'all, look, here's a future outlook at what I've got coming up for this month. Let's see. Hey, you know what? I hate to change the subject, but there's something that just came out that Dana White's gonna stop using the pay-per-view format. I don't understand that. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't understand that at all. Oh well. Who knows? One second. Y'all stand by. Getting something done here. Look, it's a one man show. All right, I don't have any producers or anything. All right, I'm running this all by myself. Okay, so I'll just hang tight. Okay. So look, here's a future outlook of what I've got planned for this month. As you know, of course, this Friday night I'm in Baton Rouge with a Titan Combat Championship at La Berge Hotel and Casino. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. I might be somewhere else this weekend also. Stay tuned. You'll find out more. Here's something pretty cool. So on March 14th, which is next week, next Friday, I will be headed back to Baton Rouge. This is the event poster. It's very simple, but this is going to be Gloves for Gleason, Greeks versus ALS. This is a very cool event that some LSU fraternities are putting on. It will be a rally boxing style event where fraternity members will box each other and the sororities are going to donate money. It's going to be a lot of Greeks in his house. So I can't wait. Maybe some sororities will box each other. Who knows? But all the proceeds, as you see, number 37 in the black and gold, you already know who we're talking about. Talking about the legend himself, Steve Gleason. All the proceeds of this event will be going to the Steve Gleason Foundation fighting against ALS. I'm looking forward to that, man. That was a booking that kind of came out of nowhere. It's going to be going on at the historic Texas Club. I've announced there plenty of times. It's an awesome building, and we're going to have a lot of fun there at Texas Club for this event. So it'll be a lot of fun, man. I can't wait. So we'll be raising money and fighting ALS. Of course, I don't know if Steve Gleason's going to be there. Look, Steve Gleason was seen rolling around shirtless in the French Quarter, partying like an animal. And everybody was just like, "Oh my God, Steve Gleason!" Like, dude, bro, how can you not love Steve Gleason? And it would be really cool to see him because there was all the talk that he was going to be Jake Paul's or Logan Paul's next opponent, right? Y'all remember all that? How somebody was like, breaking news: Jake Paul will be fighting Steve Gleason, and people were like, "That's terrible." And Steve Gleason was like, "Challenge accepted. Bring a white flag and name a time and a place." Steve Gleason don't care, bro. Steve Gleason will handle some business if he has to. Absolutely. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. If you're here, leave a like and drop a comment. Definitely appreciate all the love. So yeah, once again, that's next Friday. Um, Gloves for Gleason, Greeks versus ALS. All proceeds benefiting the Steve Gleason ALS Foundation. And of course, the event will be happening at the Texas Club. You get your tickets, texasclub.com or through the fraternities at LSU. Go Tigers. And then let's fast forward to let me see what we got. I got something that's brewing on the 22nd. I'm not really ready to reveal that yet. And let's fast forward to an incredibly busy weekend that will be happening at the end of the month, starting on March 28th. I'm headed to New Orleans. This is going to be another charity event I'll be doing. BFC 73. Of course, as some of you might know, yearly we do a charity event where all the proceeds will benefit our wonderful nonprofit that we partner with called Martial Arts and Combat Sports for Kids, or known as MAK. So the proceeds of this event all go to martial arts and combat sports for kids. I donate my pay as well. It's a wonderful event. We bring in a lot of the fighters that are on the come up. We all normally have a solid main event, but a lot of your undercard fights are going to be a lot of the come up fighters, guys you haven't really seen yet. A lot of the guys coming out of the smokers at these gyms. Of course, we put a cage in the middle of the Harley Davidson dealership. This is all a part of NOLA Bike Fest, man. So you go to the NOLA Bike Fest. There's going to be a big concert festival going on, and hey, go inside the Harley Davidson dealership and watch some badass fights. All happening at NOLA Harley Davidson, New Orleans Harley Davidson, right across the street from the Shrine on Airline Highway in Metairie, and right next door to the Saints practice facility, Saints and Pelicans practice facility. Once again, that's March 28th, Friday, March 28th, martial arts and combat sports for kids. All proceeds going there. A wonderful nonprofit of BFC. BFC 73, part of NOLA Bike Fest. Going to be great. So the day after, I will head down I-10 to Lafayette, Louisiana, baby. I officially announced this on last week's episode of the Bryce Boudreaux Show, and I will officially announce it here again. I will be the voice for the inaugural Ragin' Fighting Championship event, RFC1, happening in Youngsville, Louisiana. Lafayette's best have all come together for this event. It's going to be freaking phenomenal. I can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome. All of your favorite superheroes, all your favorite superheroes, all your favorite superstars are going to be on this one, man. All your favorite fighters that live in the Acadiana are going to be on this card. So it's going to be great. I can't wait, man. March 29th, RFC1. Very happy to be a part of this event and be a part of the community. I love Lafayette. I love everybody that's going to be there. So there's going to be a lot of important special guests that will be there as well. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fantastic. Ragin' Fighting Championship 1. More details coming soon about this event. But as you can see, a couple of the usual suspects on the card there. So check it out, man. March 29th, Ragin' Fighting Championship, RFC 1. And then I've got something brewing on March 30th. Can't reveal that yet, but stay tuned. I'm looking forward to potentially performing in a city that I have always wanted to perform in. Fingers crossed, and hopefully I can get out there, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's all I got for the month of March. Month of March is always extremely busy, especially for the combat sports world. So that's that. Once again, y'all, tune in tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. We'll have Thomas Webb at 4:30 p.m. out of our UFC Core Sherwood, and then at 6 p.m. we'll have the Italian Lion Roman David Pizzolatto in here. Want to appreciate everybody for dropping a like. Let's see. Hold on, I got to read this. I can't see it from back there. Let's see who's all here. Terrence January Jr. Appreciate you. Brandon Gamebred Penton and Christopher J. Rothstein, great announcer. Casey McKenzie was also here. Mr. Tatsumi out there. Appreciate it, Mr. Tatsumi. Brad Goodrich. What's up, Brad? Donnie Raymond Toller. David Smitty Williams, Christian Smith, Dallas Hall. And yeah, appreciate you, everybody. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the responses on tonight's episode. We had a great episode, y'all. Solid episode. Talked about Elevate Subseries 12 in Dallas. Talked about Mardi Gras mishaps, and we even covered Titan Combat Championship happening this Friday night at Le Berge Hotel and Casino, Baton Rouge. So it's gonna be great, man. I can't wait. We'll have the guys on the show tomorrow, hyping up the show, and then we'll take center stage, Le Berge, this Friday night casino show. Freaking awesome. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and follow me all across social media. Please do it. I beg of you. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on, subscribe to my YouTube. I don't even use X, but it's there if that's what you like to do. I don't even post on X. So, but I'm there. So if I can get a bunch of followers, maybe I'll start posting. So try it. We'll see what happens. Thanks once again, everybody, for tuning in. Another great episode. Like I said, tune in tomorrow. It's going to be great. I have nothing else to say, and I'm still working on a good outro. I can't think of anything. So I guess I'll just revert to the original. So for everybody here at the Bryce Boudreaux Show, this has been Bryce Boudreaux saying good night. And Bryce Boudreaux goes right to left because it goes right to left. And we're out of here. Bryce Boudreaux Show is out off the air. Thank you and good night.